Peace, peace, family. Get them in the building. You don't want to miss this one. This is a good one.
And the ancestors are looking out for us. Todd Hayes is exposing them, man.
Okay, you see that chair right there? See how big it is?
Yeah.
Now look at the Pope chair under it. Scroll down, look at the Pope chair under
Never have it been made so clear.
Young TV. Young.
We running the game right now.
Young TV.
Time to take over.
Young
We the hottest in the game. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button. If you just not tuned in.
TV.
Share, like on your Instagram, Facebook.
Young TV.
If you tuned in, we broadcasting live from 2030, baby.
Young TV. Young
Taking over the game, baby. Oh yeah.
Young TV.
Hit that like.
Young TV.
Get them likes up in the air, you heard me?
Young TV.
Ride by. Hotel Islam.
Young TV.
Assalamu alaikum. Shalom alaikum. Peace.
Young
Be unto you.
TV.
Hit that like.
Hey, as you can see from the title, we're going to be going in on extraterrestrial in Egypt. Now, some people don't like the word Egypt, right? They say, oh, well, he should have put ancient Kemet, or he should have put a Kuba land, or whatever, right? So no sweat, man. We overseeing all of it. Just bear with us, right? Now, we got a lot of questions. Shout out Sunrise in the building, man. We got a lot of questions on the Nadarus and the Anunnakis. We posted a picture of Enlil and one brother who appears to be a Sabine brother, one of our Sabine brothers, said that what do we got to do with Enlil? We Nadarus. That's funny. When he said he Nadar, that's funny. What do you got to do with Enlil? Now keep in mind, this is my Sabine brother. Keep in mind, Sabines, we were running ancient Kemet, and we were doing deals with the Anunnakis. But Enlil is the one that we didn't trust, right? We didn't trust Enlil, right? Now, when you say Nadarus, what you're talking about is Enki's bloodline, Ptah, Murdoch's, who was Amun bloodline coming down from that Inky side, the ones that wrote a rat tail. That's why you Sabines with a rat tail. My boys got the rat tail. My mother cut mine off, right? In this life and that life, because she didn't like that that I was connected to Inky. That I liked the rat with a rat tail. Yeah, because I come from both sides, right? But Nadarus are the children of the Anunnakis. And Inky and Enlil is mixed in, and Hala is mixed in with the Nadarus. Now you're right. The brother is right because it's perspectives. Let me give you the perspective. The brother's right when he said that we're getting rid of the or we ain't connected to the Natharu. Well, he not that part, but he said that we ain't Anunnakis. The Natharus ain't Anunnakis. He right about that part because the Natharus are upgraded, advanced species of the Anunnakis. But the Natharus are the children of the Anunnakis coming down from Enki. Now, what makes the Natharus different from the Anunnakis? The Natharus are, it's like this. You are intelligent and you are conscious, and you teach your children what you know, and they start out with what you know. When they come grow up, they're gonna be more intelligent. And then if your kid teach your grandkid the same way, they gonna grow up more intelligent. So the genetics or the family bloodline is getting more intelligent as the generations go. So that's kind of like what the Natharus are. We are a more intelligent generation of the Anunnakis. We're more intelligent, which is why we had type 2 civilization in ancient Kemet. We were having yachts. We was having UFOs and weather altered devices and device watches where you can some type of device where you can alter the currency of a wall or the frequency of a wall and walk through it. A lot of the technology when the Tamahus came to our land and went in and started excavating and what they call excavating, right? They ran across a lot of stuff which they thought just was jewelry or some kind of just artifact or something. They didn't know that some of that stuff was ancient technology. And then when they figured it out, because through Hitler now, right? They didn't want Hitler to get a control of it, they started investigating some of this stuff more deeper and taking radiation devices where they check the radiation on the device and rolling it over the technology and saying, okay, this technology is giving off some kind of nuclear type energy. We had nuclear power energy back then. We had high power technology. I got Hakeem talking in the background. Yeah, so the extraterrestrial part. Now keep in mind, extraterrestrials were living amongst us. It was a normal thing back then. It was a normal thing to see another extraterrestrial with another type of intelligence coming and walking around in the land. It was normal. Now they trying to get it back normal when they putting out these like Man in Black and all these extraterrestrial movies trying to get you familiar with the different species. But you got to keep in mind now people that say I'm making this up and I'm crazy. Or go back to a tribe who are one of the ancient Egyptian tribes, because keep in mind the word Egyptian can be used loosely. And technically it applies to Greeks with burnt faces, or these Tamahus or these Hyksos who gained the burnt face and they were being made fun of, and they would say Egyptos. So it really was to make fun, but we just for sake of conversation, uh, our family, going back to the Dogon tribe, give us stories about extraterrestrials coming from Cyrus B, and they come in the landing. Some of them had, what word can we use, y'all? They had a package on their chin, and they put these people in Man in Black. But our family, the Dogons, said that these people came and taught them, and some reptilian beings. They described several different species that came and talked to them. And keep in mind, the Dogons are one of the ancient Egyptian tribes. Bible point that out in the Let's Set the Record Straight book, right? So as a people, we've been in contact with extraterrestrials, going all the way back. Now they got, like I say, one of the oldest records they got is the stories of these Dogon people, and it mighty funny that some of those similar stories match up with a tribe over here called the Hopi tribe from the deity Happy, which is one of the four sons of Haru the Elder, right? So the Hopi even tell stories of certain different beings. They make these Kachina dolls, the same dolls as the Dogon. So it's a connection now. We already told you the connection though. What it is the Dogon came over here and the whole Shem mixed in with them, and this created the Hopis. Because the people, what happened is the Dogon came over here on a Barren Strait, and then you got these These people they call them Eskimos. They look Asian looking. Pull up the Eskimos. They look Asian looking. These Hoshin, and they come in and mixed in. That's why the Rock, people like the Rock, he mixed with Hoshin, right? He Hawaiian, Samoan, right? But the Samoans are mixed with Hoshin, right? They got a strong mix of Hoshin. But we'll get into that later. What we're getting into is our ancestors being in contact with extraterrestrials in ancient Africa and ancient Kemet and over here on the land. What you think about the mounds? The mounds are actually landing pads. The mounds are actually landing pads for not just UFOs, but crabs called Chinooks and these different helicopters. Why do you think America got all the high level equipment? Why do you think America is the best military in the world? You think that's by coincidence, or is it just because of the people who? Nah. What happens is the United States, D.C., is the military arm of the Roman Catholic Church. And what they did is they went into during the time of Alexandria, they went into our land and found all these books that Tahuti was writing on all this technology. The Tahuti and Murdoch, Negazita, all the information about how to build these different crafts, like the helicopters and all that, right? And they got it on, they took it to the Vatican. But certain groups of beings, the Vatican is connected with DC. So of course they're gonna go in and sift through all those books and get all the information they could get on technology. And in America, all of a sudden pop up with all the best stuff. America got the best, the first ones to have what you call aircraft carriers, right? Where do they get this information from? By making aircraft carriers. I'm telling you, man, they got it from ancient Kemet because Ink and them already had aircraft, and then Ur2 had an aircraft carrier, right? It was already launching attacks on people. You can read about it in the Bible, and I can read you in the Bible where they was attacking and using these different crafts all through the Bible. I'm telling you, man. Shout out Williams. Hey, yeah. So where you think America get all this technology from? About all the war type devices, and America is built the Hawk. America got the Hawk. It's in control of the Hawk, at least the Air Force. Where do they get the technology, the information to build a Hawk project? Enlil and them already had this stuff. We already had this type of technology in ancient Kemet. All they did is got the books on it, took it to the Vatican. Certain officials and high level people can read it. Scientists they send down there to read these books and translate them, and then they take that to Lockheed and these different Area 51s and all these things, and they began to try to reiterate this stuff. And they did that with the helicopters and all that. Why you think? And then this is another thing you got to look at too. Why you think all these helicopters named after Native American tribes? Right? They got sky carriers. That's right, space carriers. Where they get all this technology from? The Anunnakis already was doing it. They was already delivering gold and all that. And then it passed down to the children, the Sabines. For my brothers that don't like the word Sabine, my Nutharus or my Netarus, right? You are children of Murdoch and Inky. And some of y'all got an Anana. Right? Because Anana was mixed in through Haru. Haru. Yeah, but what I'm telling you is we was in close contact with extraterrestrial. Our ancestor told you, like I said, the Dogons. The Dogons were they're the ones. Christianity comes from the information that they recovered from the Dogon tribe, who recovered that information from the Nomos, which explains why the Pope wears a fish hat. I'm telling you, man, and why Christians have a fish on back of their car, right? And it's also connected with because the Nomos control the Piscean. The Nomos they like to do a belief. They got a belief system, and so the Nomos control the Piscean age, which represents is two fish, right? So keep in mind why the Pope got that fish hat, why Christians rock a fish on back of their car and put Jesus in the middle. And while Jesus bent down and or Jesus took 2 fish and a loaf of bread. This is all Piscean teachings. It's astronomy. But what we're getting at is the Nomos, these beings from Cyrus B, came and taught the Egyptians, the Dogon specifically. Because like I said, that word Egyptian can be loose is just like American. It's a lot of people say that they're American now, like Chinese, all different races. It was like at least 4 or 5 different species in ancient Kemet that can be classified as ancient Egyptians. And the Natharus are different because they children of God. They the gods. Natharus are the Sabines. They were the gods, the children of God. I'm telling you, man. And so that's what makes them. They are advanced genetics of the Anunnakis. And the Sabines is supposed to be take control of the planet. We need 144,000 Sabines. You know what I'm saying? To lay claim like to the planet. What's the definition of a Sabine? My definition. I heard a whole bunch of other people's definition. This is my definition. A definition of a Sabine is the return of the gods. The peoples who can answer all your questions just about at this point. We can answer all the questions, especially about religion, whatever it is, because we went through all the schools, right? Now, some people say he's a traitor because he's a Nuwapian, but now he is Sabian. You got to keep in mind what Nuwapian means. Nuwapian is sound right reasoning. My children are Nuwapians. We learn that as kids. You teach children sound right and reasoning. That's the basis of what we are. That's the base of what a Sabian is. Once that Nuwapian sort of get water and like a seed and grow up to be a Sabian, now he can answer all the questions. He can answer all your questions now. Once he grows to a big old plant and get watered up, that's the real deal. But like I said to the brother on Facebook that said he jumped out like he was saying something incredible. Like when he said that Natharus don't got nothing to do with the Anunnakis or do nothing with Enlil, right? Yeah, Enlil is the one like that had his finger in your butt. That didn't want to give you nothing in exchange. See, it was deals made once we came to the realization that we was getting jacked. Because you got to keep in mind the gold was good in Sabine country. We already pointed this out, man. The Sabine land. That's where the gold was good at. That's where Inky and them said the gold was good at. So the gold was on our land. It's talking from a Sabine perspective. And so if we being intelligent enough, we made deals with them in exchange for technology, in exchange for gold. But we had plenty of it, still do. And they began to give us, the technology. And later on, that trickles all the way down generation to generation until a certain thing, until like some of this technology was written down in books of how to build it. And it was some of that text books was put under the Sphinx, and they found some of them books. And it was no other libraries. Some of these books were being copied because Tahuti had a print press where he was copying these books and sending them out to the different schools. We had schools around the world, right? Tahuti was traveling around the world, teaching everywhere in his boat. And he didn't have no boat paddling. You think he paddled in a paddle boat around the damn ocean? You think Tahuti paddled in a paddle boat? Come on, man. Some people got to just wake up, bro. So Hootie didn't have no damn paddle boat paddling across the Pacific and Atlantic Ocean. He had a big ass yacht. And I can show you, I showed pictures of you can pull up ancient Kemet, you pull up UFOs on the wall of ancient Kemet. Like I'm saying, on the internet is back there and they doing some on my phone, so I can't pull it up. But I will pull up. I already showed this on all the Anunnaki tapes. I showed this, right? So we was Enlil we was in direct contact with these people, right? And Enlil but behind got ran off though. Enlil got ran off and Tammuz got put over the project. Tammuz got put over the project. And keep in mind, Tammuz starts out as disagreeable. Why? Because his mother, his granddad, Nanar, is Halah's grandson. I'm telling you, man. So that's how that. So you thinking that you wonder how that malevolent side got in there. I keep telling you. Yeah, so don't go out thinking you tough when somebody talking about the Anunnakis, and then you say, "Oh no, we ain't got nothing to do with the Anunnakis." How you don't when Enki is the oldest Natharu? How you don't? And he the son of Anu. You know what I'm saying? You can't get around it. Murdoch is Enki's son, and he Amen. He Amen Ra. You can't get around it. Don't be crazy. Don't go out looking like you don't got no sense, because people ain't gonna want to listen to you over there. I'm telling you, because you're gonna have to make sense of it. Don't go out looking like you don't got no sense when you say, because whoever's saying this, I know Baba what they said. I don't care who wrote what book you read it in, and they put Baba's name on it. Baba never will say that because that don't make no sense. Now, from one perspective, like I said, we are different from the Anunnakis because we are more intelligent, we are more advanced than them. That's what they don't want to tell you, which is why they try to set us back. Right, the Murdoch side, they try to set us back. Inky side. But the connection is that we are family in the end. Like I said, when you go down to a new, it's a tape that I just put out called "Anu Says What's the Verdict." What the verdict is, we're all family. We are family, both sides. Inky, Enlil, Tanush, Hala. Well, I don't know about Tanush, but I know Hala came to us because his mother's Anunnaki, and he married his daughters married into the family. And Enlil married one of his daughters. Murdoch married one of his daughters, which is why I was trying to explain to y'all why the 200 Fallen came to Murdoch's wedding, because the leader, Shamgaz, Hala, now, his daughter was being married to Murdoch, and that's why they was invited to the wedding. But then they went amongst themselves to start taking humans for Genesis chapter 6. Yeah, so don't go out thinking you busting somebody's head when you say the dog rules are different from Anunnakis. Because somebody can just break that down, say, oh yeah, well, Enki is the oldest Natharu. And then from Enki, you got Murdoch, who is Amen. And then you got the four brothers who becomes Tahuti, Asar, and the bloodline comes down from Asar. And that bloodline, Asar is really Osiris' brother and like his great-great-grandson through Nut, because Nut is Murdoch's granddaughter. Because you got Murdoch, who is Ra, then you got Shu, Tefnut, then you got Geb and Nut. So that'll make Nut Murdoch's granddaughter. And then that's why that'll make Osiris kin to Murdoch two ways. On his mother's side, by that being his granddaughter, which would make Osiris his great grandson, and then Osiris his brother through his father. So you gotta think about that, man. Yes, yeah, Tammuz, right? Really, you under Tammuz, right? You under Tammuz, right? Because Tammuz was part of the project because he had the most he had a similar characteristics as Murdoch. So let me go back to what was happening when Tammuz took over. All right, so Alelu, and this ain't off topic, might tie into a little bit, but it's really going way back before this part. Alelu made a deal with reptilians in exchange for adopting people off this planet, specifically the Sandsman. They were eating the Sandsman, these Nomos people. They were adopting the Sandsmans, and the Sandsman had a new gland called adrenaline glands. We don't want to go too deep into it because you know how they is. They be listening. But they said that these beans taste better than the beans that they was eating. They had a variance. So Alelu made a deal in exchange for 144,000 small people or children, they say that they use the word virgin, but they really wanted children because the children was less tainted and they could scare the children scare easy to where they could get this adrenaline going in their blood. So when they eat them, they taste like a juicy steak with salt and pepper on it, sizzled just a little bit on both sides. Right? I hope y'all can keep up. And so, yeah, he made a deal for 144,000, and then he came to the earth, and he needed a front man because he couldn't. He got exiled off. He needed a front man, so he ended up convinced. He said that told Bill that he gonna give him a cut because keep in mind, Alelu and Anu had a deal because Alelu found the gold. He got a cut, like a 30% cut of whatever they was making off the gold, right? Because he found it, right? And it's like a 30% finder's fee on the gold. So he told Bell, who is Enlil's son, right? Enlil's son, Adad, he told him that, hey, look, I'm gonna make a deal with you, and I need you to herd. I need you to herd these people, herd me 144,000, and I need you to breed them. You know, that's why they said they use be fruitful and multiply. To be fruitful and multiply because they want you to create more so they can have that stock for these reptilians, these raptors, right? So they want to keep that stock going. And so he set up so Bill, in order to do it, he said, all right, deal. Because he said, I'm gonna give you 15, I'm gonna give you half of what I'm getting. So he was getting, say if he was getting 30, he gonna give him 15% of the gold operation. And Bill agreed to the deal. Adad, keep in mind, Baal is a title that means Lord. It's several people that carry that title, but I'm talking in Pacific. Ahad, who is Enlil's son, right? Who was the one that was over the plant, the crop, the agricultural department. He was the one that Enlil sent the crop dust niggas. But and this right here happens after that. But what Baal did is he began to set up a priesthood called a Baphomet back then, right? And he invited some humans in and taught them the secrets. And what they were supposed to do was be the masters, like as in master masons. And then they were supposed to herd the slaves or the flocks, or they got different words that they use. It's tricky. And until they get 144,000 of children. That's why the children is always coming up missing every year. Certain amount of children. And it's more than 144,000 now. They didn't went up on the thing because it's more because the population of these reptilians then grown now. They grew now. And some of them live here underground. Live underground on Earth. The ones that was doing the eating, some of them got evacuated though. And went to the moon. So what I'm saying is, so that Baal made that deal for 144,000. That's why if you see the goat Menez, he got two children stuck on like a blade, and he's sitting there holding his finger up to a crescent moon. Because Baal connect with Islam. Keep in mind, the Muslims were enslaving our people. Islam, some of these Islamic religious guys, because we ain't have no Islam like what they talking about. This Islam, this religious Islam. We had Islam civics, like the way structure stuff is structured, because they come all the way down from heaven. Islam coming all the way down from heaven, because we got a government structure in heaven. It's a structure. It's a civics. The heaven is governed by civics. That's why Elijah Muhammad told you. He said that the heaven is a guided canopy. The Quran says the heaven is a guided canopy. Why? Because it's controlled by Islamic civics. The way stuff is structurally ran. You got the Most High God, and you got the all, then the Most High God amongst our family, and then you got different people under that in ranks. So as it is above, so is it below. As it is above, so is it below. So like I say, you don't go out. For all my Sabine brothers, don't go out thinking you tough to say, oh, the Nadar rules is different. They are. You right. You are right though. and what you're saying, but you got to break it down more, elaborate. You and the brother might know what I'm telling. The brother might know what I'm saying. The brother that said that he might know what I'm saying, but you got to elaborate to all the onlookers, because it's like you saying after Anunnakis, and you got to keep in mind you got to honor your mother and your father, or your days will be cut short in the universe. That's universal, not just in your Bible. That's universal, law, nigga. Honor your ancestors, or else your days will be cut short. Right? I'm telling you. And if you think that if you're in the Naru and that the Anunnakis not your ancestors, not all the Anunnakis, because there was different species of Anunnakis. I'm talking about Inky and Enlil now. Right? I'm talking about Murdoch now. Right? So don't go out to do that now, unless you break it down and explain why we as Natharus are different from the Anunnakis. We are their children. Your children are supposed to be better than you. They're supposed to be more advanced than you. They're supposed to grow up and be smarter than you, and then help. We are supposed to get to this point, and then we're supposed to turn around and help the Anunnakis. We're supposed to help our parents because they getting older in the universe, and so now we got to help them. We the children are supposed to help the Anunnakis, and our job is to get back to the Ascension. And like I said, we already put all the classes out and the Ascension manual out. And we're gonna get back to that information, but we got to walk people up to that part. Again, all you advanced students that's in the building, you already ahead of the game. If you already went through the Ascension manual and you already studied all that, because when we get into it, in the Bible and Revelations, the 7 candlesticks that Michael was holding represents the 7 spirits of God. And what are those 7 spirits? The 7 chakras. The 7 chakras. The 7 sounds, the do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, right? The alkaline chart. When you get on the green, the 7 is the green, the heart chakra, right? So those seven candlesticks really represents the 7 spirits of God, or the 7 chakras. So that's when you go into more high level information on what the Bible, but you can't come out and tell them people that. Because they're gonna think you're talking some witchcraft and alchemy and shit. And you are, but they've been trained under the Spanish Inquisition to take in these people's definition. Keep in mind to break down the word definition. Deaf is to keep you deaf, dumb, and blind. So how do they keep us deaf, dumb, and blind? As Baba pointed out, the key is in the language. Linguistics is how they keep us deaf, dumb, and blind. They talk over our head. They try to talk over our head. But linguistics is how they keep us stuck, man. And linguistics, not only the linguistics, the definition of what that word means. Because I can say weak, weak, and weak. And I just said 3 different words. They got 3 different definitions, but they all sound the same. So you tell me what's going on. Weak, weak, and weak. That's weak as in days of the week. You know what I'm saying? Weak as in, hey man, he not strong. See? Hey, we got any questions, man? But yeah, extraterrestrials, we've been in contact with extraterrestrials. The pyramids where we were assisted, the Anunnakis, Tahuti specifically, is the one that engineered the ones in Giza. Before Imhotep's pyramid, Imhotep was trying to reiterate what Tahuti did. He was trying to reiterate it. Keep in mind, Imhotep is Enki's son. And that's why he was part extraterrestrial. Imhotep was part extraterrestrial. That's why he stood out from amongst all the people that when you start tracing down the demigod or the bloodline of the ancient Egyptians, then Imhotep pops up. And all of a sudden he pops up and he's just the most brilliant guy in the whole history. Imhotep was part extraterrestrial. Right? He designed all the medicines, all of the instruments. They was using surgery. Actually, Mother Ninti, he got all of it from Mother Ninti. Mother Ninti was the one that had designed all those instruments. to do surgery and stuff because she was birthing babies. She was doing replacing limbs. She was transferring people consciousness to another avatar. People, because you got to keep in mind, the people, the Anunnakis, they were working in the mines and they would get injured. And when they would get injured, they would go to the hospital. Necessarily wasn't a hospital, right? It was like a place where they heal the Anunnakis. And they would go to this place, and Mother Ninti and her nurses was there. And they would take these people in and, doctor on them. Mother Ninti was a doctor, scientist, really. That's what doctors supposed to be, scientists. But these guys are just practicing. Is why they call themselves, practitioners. Yeah, hey, appreciate you, Sunrise. Shout out Sunrise. Shout out all my brother. Hit the like, man. Hit that subscribe button, man. Yeah. So, like I say, Imhotep he stood out with the instruments that he designed. Like I say, he got them from Mother Ninti, information, and all the stuff that he was doing as a grand master. Imhotep was a grand master builder. So all the stuff that he was doing, like I say, he stood out from the rest of the people because he was extraterrestrial. All extraterrestrials stand out from the rest of the people. That's the people that you see as celebrities. Keep in mind what the word celebrity means. Stars. Keep in mind what stars are, right? And these people was just not picked. They were picked, but they stand out from everybody else because they had something special. A lot of people they become now. You don't gotta have talent no more, right? They just get bots. They putting bots up now. They bots make bot rappers. Mark my words, man. Everything the robots is taking over, bro. If we don't get a grip on it, it's going to be bot rapping and bot dancing. The robot, all that going to come back, man. They're going to make all that back. I'm telling you, bro. We had robots in ancient Kemet. We brought people back to life if we could, if it wasn't too long, and we could transfer your consciousness, and we was cloning in ancient Kemet. We were making clones. The Pharaoh had clones. We had lookalikes back then, right? We was heavily in contact with extraterrestrials, right? Heavily in contact. And like I say, it goes like one of my receipts or one of my proofs is go study the Dogon tribe. That's all we're gonna say. Go study the Dogon tribe. The Dogons were even mixing in with the Nomos, as Bible pointed out in the Holy Tablets. And keep in mind, you want to read the Holy Tablets by the Master Teacher, Dr. Malachi Z. York. They free in the links in the descriptions. So the Dogons were even mixing and creating a whole nother people called the vampires. Who you call the vampire? Yeah, vampires are real, and they come out of ancient Kemet. Go watch Vampire in Brooklyn again and listen to the beginning part where Eddie Murphy tell you the story about where they origin from, how they came out of ancient Kemet. Go watch Vampire in Brooklyn. They make it out to be a funny movie, but I'm telling you, the true story about these people, because the Dogons were missing with these Nomos, these serpent beings that would come out the water, these Chitauli, is what they refer to them as, the Chitauli. Some of them had rings around their head, like Credo Mutwa. Credo Mutwa is to me, he's a Twa, but he may be mixed with Twa and something else, because his name is Mu Twa. Mu means one who's of, as in Mu Salam, right? One who's of peace. So if I say Mu Twa, that means one of the Twa, right? And the Twa is ancient Egyptians. The Twa is the oldest ancient Egyptians. Then the Sandsman, then the Watusis, the Hindus, the Phoenicians can be classified as ancient Egyptians. Like I said, that word ancient Egyptian is a loose term. Oh yeah, yeah. You see that, right? You see that, right? Hey, appreciate that, Sunrise, for pointing that out. You see that, right? They had to kill him with the knife, right? With the Ankh knife. All right, so go back, go watch, just watch the first part. You ain't gotta watch the whole movie. Just watch the first part where he tell you the story how they came out of ancient Kemet. Why? And Baba point out in the holy tablets that they mix the Dogons mixed with these reptilians, and these people they only come out at night. Why? Because these nomos they can dehydrate and they couldn't come out in the sun, so they would come out at night, right? So that trait was passed on, which is why these vampires or these reptilians and the original ones are dark. The originals are dark skinned, you know what I'm saying, beings, and they live underground in ancient Kemet, in Ethiopia, and underground over in Switzerland and Transylvania and France and Paris. These beings, and they live underground. They went to Barbados, and they got underground cities. They underground in New York, Chicago, Utah, and Hollywood. These beings, and they have parties, and people come up missing. Let's put it like this. So yeah, so we've been in. So like I say, extraterrestrials. We've been in ancient Egypt is the topic, and it's so many connections I can make to show you that these beings that we was in contact with beings, right? Like the Stargate technology. Actually, Murdoch built that here. That the Stargate actually was built on Earth. The completion of it by Murdoch and then Gazeta. And the whole plan was to set up and we had unmanned ships, right? Murdoch and Tahuti created unmanned ships that could fly through the universe, throughout the universe, and deposit stargates. And the plan was to later, once that the stargates get deposited, to start exploring these planets. But we eventually, before we can start going, we did use it a little bit, but we got to a point where we eventually developed the Ascension Technology, and then we ascended, right? So that's the part that's the last part. The last school is the transformation, because you got information, outformation, presented by the master teacher, midformation, Mark Brady. Transformation is what we present to you right now. So the last phase is to transform into evangelical beings and Elohims again, into non-ether beings again. That's the last part, right? After we get through with the Naru school, because most of y'all had the Anunnaki school, now y'all in the Naru school, right? So once you get through with that school, the last school after that is to the Ascension school, which we already put most of the information out already on it. It's to get back to becoming angelical beings again, etherical beings, to vibrate, so we can vibrate to the fifth dimension and higher to the seventh dimension, which is where you become thought, and then to the ninth dimension, pure gas. Because thoughts travel in the gas. Because when somebody fart and you smell it, don't you get a thought in your brain? What thought you get when somebody break wind? You know what I'm saying? In the gas. You smell that frequency, that vibration, that methane when it hits your nose, right? Hey, show us some love on the cash app, man. We're gonna get ready to get up out of here. We don't want to crack too many heads too hard. But like I said, we're gonna continue our Nana tapes, our Nana's part. We're gonna probably do our Nana's house part 4. Last night I was kind of sleepy. I think it still we did good last night, but I was kind of like real tired. Although we worked out today, I got more energy today, so I took a nap, right? So we back in business. Yeah, if just not coming in, you have to roll it back, man. We don't remember nothing we said. Tahuti, everybody be talking, right? Everybody be talking, trying to get to you so you can hear what's going down, man. You know, Baba be talking, everybody, man. Trying to get over to you what we need to, so that, like I said, that last school is transformation, where we ascend again to and once you get to that point, Yanun, or Murdoch, he becomes Yanun. Yanun. A lot of y'all got ascended names, you just don't remember. A lot of y'all were ascended beings who fell from grace, or fell, or got sent here to go to school. right? School is hell. Telling you, boot camp. Where they breaking us off a piece, right? They breaking us off a piece down here. Because we fighting against, if you think you ain't in the battle, you better think again, like Bible said. It's Michael and his angels versus the dragon and his angels. If you think you ain't in the battle, you better think again. You gotta always be on your P's and Q's and move in divine love. We move in divine love. We show love to everybody. So like people saying, oh, this one don't like that one, but then this one's showing them love. So he must be on the other side. No, Bible said start showing love because they've been having us fighting against each other for the longest. And then we never got, it's how we never got nowhere. We never got nowhere with us fighting. We've been fighting against each other for the longest as a family. We never got nowhere like that. So now let's try another way. Let's work as a team. You got some niggas who want to take the ball and run down and not only shoot it in another nigga, shoot it in the other team hoop, they want to dunk it in the other team hoop. And cock back and grab their testicles like Michael Jordan when they dunk it into another guy's hoop, the other team hoop. So we got to wake up, man, and see, like Bodie said, we can't be arguing and fighting against each other. And while the killer clowns still got Baba locked in jail, they still got Larry Hoover locked in jail. They still got Jeff Ford locked in there. And probably many other brothers that you probably never heard of that was working on our behalf to try to take down the killer clowns and get us free. You know what I'm saying? So we just want to show move in love, at least towards our own people, our own family. Now we got to be able to distinguish those who look like us but ain't us. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to distinguish those who look like us but ain't us. But like I say, at least towards our own family, we should at least show some love. You know what I'm saying, to each other, and spread the love, You know what I'm saying? Send some love to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Spread the love. Yeah, we can't. Hey, it's a time for all things. We definitely fighting right now, for sure. It ain't just a fight, nigga. It's an all-out battle. Like Mark Brady said, nigga. Like he said, it's a place where people fight. They fight to the death, and they fight non-stop all night, and then they come back alive, and they fight some more. That's how I feel like it's happening right now. I feel like That's what I feel like we fighting against the principalities, man. I'm telling you, in dark places. You know what I'm saying? High level shit. The Prophet 9. Shout out Young, the Prophet 9. Yeah, it's I got a tape. I got a tape out with the ancient chant. And if 3 of y'all go out there and do it, and you got the right you're on the right frequency, the 7 heart chakra, green light, you can call one down. But your intentions gotta be good, because you can't tempt these beings just to prove a point. They'll make you look stupid. They won't show up. But they everywhere though. I'm telling you, man. Yeah, so, and it's all in the mind, really. Because keep in mind, you see in, and the perception is perceived in the mind. So that's light going into the eyes, speeding up to create thought. And if you was to describe what you're seeing from the light frequency inside, you would slow that vibration down, like I'm doing now, and it becomes sound. Because sound speeds up into light, and then light speeds up into thought, and then it's a cycle where thought slows back down to light, and light slows down to sound. So it's like that, man. You know. So yeah, we got 50 minutes, man. We want to hit that 50 mark. We got any more questions before we get out of here, man? Shout out Wesley, Warzen Fat. Can't say their last name. Shout out Wesley, man, for the super chat. Shout out my brother Sunrise in the building. Shout out PA9 Black. Right. So yeah, man. So that's that. So that's that, man. You know, and extraterrestrials are walking around. Some of y'all are extraterrestrials. Some of y'all got different. Y'all connected to different star families because the Bible said that we were going to descend here to teach these beings by going back beyond the stars. So a lot of y'all come from different star systems. To come here to some of y'all came here and started as plants or animals, and then your spirit evolved into a humanoid body because it's part of a school. Because plants are living organisms; they got spirits. Plants got spirits. Everything that has life has a spirit. Not everything that has life has a soul, but everything that has life has a spirit. So some of you people came here as plant spirits. Some of you people came here as animal spirits. Some of you people came here as humans or as something else higher and came down lower. And so you want to you going to school to develop here to become something greater than what you were before. Just keep in mind, we aiming to become better than what we were before, no matter what the beginning was. So where we at now, we want to be better as time goes. We want to get better. We want to get better, and whatever you put your mind to, whatever you focus on, whether it be whatever it be, you want to get better. And you get better by practicing, rehearsing, you know what I'm saying, focusing. So you want to get better at it. Be the best at it. Best is one of our ancestors from ancient Kemet. They scared of the best. Best was a Tyler. He was the master in setting up booby traps. He was like a twi and mixed with these he's a twi mixed with these the Warnies. But he's one of our ancient Egyptian Natharus. Best. Right, then you got Bastet. Bastet, because somebody asked me about Bastet. Bastet is Ra's daughter, one of Ra's daughters. Ra had a lot of daughters. He had a lot of daughters. He had a couple sons, but he had more daughters than anything. The girls, he had a lot of girls. That's all it is, Wesley. Because your veins, if you look at your veins or your nervous system on a chart, and look how the nervous system lined out, it look like a tree. It look like a tree. Your nervous system and your veins, right? Yeah. So yeah, like the Anunnakis, it was different types, different species included in it that was down here. When we talking about the Anunnakis, we referring to specifically Inky, our new bloodline coming down with Inky, Enlil, Murdoch, Nanar, you know what I'm saying, on down. But we didn't want to hold you long tonight because we know y'all got to get up and get out and get back to your stuff. So we just wanted to bring you there because a lot of people had the questions. They were saying, "Oh, the Tharus and Anunnakis is different people," and they right, yeah, but still the Anunnakis are our fathers and mothers, and we just more advanced. We like a sped up version of them. So we're gonna get out of here, man. Peace and love, harmony. You know what I'm saying? Hotep, assalamu alaikum, shalom alaikum, peace be unto you.
Never have it been made so clear.